Hi everyone, welcome back to Gracie's Garden. Hi. So today we're going to do a quick plant haul of plants I purchased at Lowe's in Volusia County, Florida, which is Zone 9B. Alright, let's begin. So the first plant I purchased was an iceberg rose, and it is actually in bloom. Okay, sorry about that. My neighbor came out with his dogs. So as I was saying, it has 2 blooms on it already. This is the tag. And as I've said in previous videos, this plant was $16.98, and the Lowe's by my house has all of their plants on clearance 70% off. So that is their permanent pricing, is 70% off all the plants. And it's a good 5-gallon bucket, I believe. So that was a good deal there, 70% off of $17. Okay, and the next one I got was also a rose bush called Blanc Double Corbett. So it doesn't show a picture on it, but it does have lots of thorns. And it was also in a 5-gallon pot with 50% off. See if you can see there how many thorns it has on it. It's like even the leaves seem to have little thorns on it, and they're really close together. But this one is very healthy looking. And let me show you the next plant. Okay, and then I purchased 2 violets. They're originally $5.48, again 70% off. Isn't that a pretty color on that one? And this is the second one. This one I think I have this color already, but it was just such a nice, nicely laid out. So the next was a Gerber daisy. It was quite a large pot, $7.98 originally, 70% off. To me, I only bought one of these. They had a lot of them in all different colors. They don't do well in Florida, in my opinion, so I only purchased one. It's got some blooms, and there is actually some seeds in here from a bloom that completed. You see right here. Next was a blue diamond delphinium. And this, all it needed was water. And it's a good 5-gallon pot. And once I watered it, it just plumps right back up, and it's in pretty good shape. And then I purchased some more salvia. I had about 5 of these, so I'm not going to show you all of them because salvia is salvia, but yep. These actually they were given away for 50 cents. Next was the Mesa bicolor blanket flower. Sorry, this is heavy. But these things need lots of water, but they do really well in Florida. I think they're actually considered one of our native plants. And I purchased 3 of these. The next plant was a Arctic snowbush. Pretty white flowers. But on the pot, it says Jasmine Asian Snow. So when it rang up, it just said jasmine. So I don't know if it's a vining plant or not. I mean, jasmine, I guess that could be pretty generic, but it looks like it's just going to be bush shape. It doesn't really have the makings of a vine, in my opinion, but I'm going to put it against the fence anyways. I mean, that's where I anticipate putting it. So if it does need to go up the fence and vine, it can, but it's similar flowers to the jasmine. So got a good deal on that one as well. Okay, and the next purchase was lime trees. They actually say on the tag key limes. And this one's only about a foot tall, but I purchased a second one, and this one is about 2 foot tall or so, and it has some buds on it already. And who knew that lime trees had such thorns on them? I knew oranges did, but very pokey. This one I am giving to my mom. She loves limes, so this one's for her. She'll plant hers in the yard, and here's more buds. But I'm going to put mine in a pot and just trying to keep it relatively small. Okay, next was Summer Sunset Asian Jasmine. Good pot of it, good size. Doesn't look too much like the picture, but I think it just needs some more sun. And this doesn't really get any bigger than this. It's just good for ground cover and kind of filling in the spaces. That'd be a nice little pop of color. I'm not sure if it flowers. Okay, and next was Gara. I've not done well with these in the past, so I only purchased one of these as well. Mostly it's due to my own neglect, but nice big pot of it. It's in bloom, so hopefully this time will be better. I think they just need a lot of water here in Florida. And it's full sun. Okay everyone, so I was going to show you the front garden that I've been working on. I know it doesn't look like much, but this is the garden that last year we tore out everything, all the vines. This is Dutchman's Pike and Mexican sunflower. So this is the area that I planted a humus of annuals and native Florida plants and mostly butterfly attractors. So it got really overgrown and the vines took over all the way to the bricks that are down here. So I've cut it all back, not all of it, but a good portion of it. And we're going to get ready to plant sunflowers and morning glories. And I have a few native plants that never got in the ground that I bought at a plant festival earlier in the year, or late last year, I should say. So we're going to plant those back. And this here that I've cut back really harsh, and I'm still working on cutting it back, is Bleeding Heart. This I bought a trellis for, a tall trellis, so probably about 6 foot tall or so. And I'm going to try to get to vine up the trellis. It came back, it took a while to come back last year when I cut it back, so hopefully this year it won't take as long. I'm going to leave it a little bit longer. Last year I cut it all the way down to the base. This year I'm going to leave about 3 foot on it, so hopefully that will give it more incentive to grow. So this is what we're working on, and a lot of the plants I just showed you in the plant haul are plants that are going to go in this area. I have a lot of seeds, so a lot of those seeds will be going in this plant haul as well, well, in this section as well. So I have sunflowers, and then the morning glories are going to go along that fence there. And I think I've made a decision to finally take this cactus out. It is just collapsing on itself. From the really high winds we had over the winter. So I think it's just done with, and it's actually coming out of the ground at the base. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and do it. I really hate to see it go, but there's a lot of babies, so hopefully they'll come back and they put out some better roots into the ground and will be steadier than that one. And I am getting butterflies already. I don't know if you saw it, but 2 just went by. I saw a butterfly the other day. I, of course, didn't have my camera with me or my phone with me yet even. It was solid yellow and it was huge. It had no markings on it. It didn't have any black on it. It was just all yellow, but it had the wings like a swallowtail butterfly does. I haven't looked it up yet, but it was very unique looking. So So that is where we're at. I am going to continue to work on this, and I'll show you a little update once we get things planted. I have some soil that I'm going to add and some fertilizer I'm going to add to this area, and I realize I need stepping stones, so I'm just going to try to leave this area here just kind of blank so I can add some big stepping stones. Last year I think I stepped on some plants that were just babies or coming up, and it was missed opportunities for the plants. So yeah, that's where I'm just going to get some big stepping stones and just space them out and let them go. Yeah, so that's where we're at, and I'll show you a few more plants that I've purchased since I originally started this video. So let me show you those. Okay, so real quick, we are going to plant up these sad looking little plants. These are bleeding heart. These are babies off the bleeding heart plant. So these were growing underneath the starfruit tree. They have a lot of spots on the leaves, as you can see. And I think that's just the juices from the starfruit and all the birds pecking at the starfruit and the juices dropping on to the leaves. So I'm going to pot these up anyways, and then I'm going to probably remove the leaves, or at least prune them back a little, pluck them off a little bit. I would love to have some bleeding heart plants in the backyard along the fence. I think that'd be nice. So just going to do that real quick. They have pretty good root system. So that's one. And then this one is a lot bigger. If you don't know, I kind of ripped this one out of the ground before I thought about what I wanted to do with it. So hopefully this one will take. I don't know with these roots though. So we'll just give it a try here and see if it grows. I mean, if they do, they do. If they don't, they don't. I mean, they're free plants. They're just babies. So same thing with the leaves. Not all the leaves, but some of them have the spots, I think, just from the juice of the starfruit tree. So we'll have those, and then I have some starfruit seeds. Let me get those. So these are the starfruit seeds. They're not really much to look at, but I'm going to give it a shot on planting them. I kind of let the fruit decay, and as it was rotting, I just plucked the seeds out of it, let them dry it out, and I'm just really put them in soil and see what happens. I was reading an article online. It says the starfruit tree seeds only take 4% of the time. So we'll see if that's true. In all the years the starfruit has been in my yard, it has never put out babies. So I'm thinking that must be true. Let me show you the starfruit. So that's the starfruit tree. I think you've seen it quite a few times in the videos. It's quite tall, but I would like to have a starfruit tree in the backyard. Unfortunately, having it in the front yard, a lot of people stop by on their own and take the fruit from it. So, which is rude, but it happens with, I think, when you plant fruit trees in the front yard. So I'm going to give it a try to grow these seeds. I've also had a lot of times people ask me for seeds off of it, or if I'm propagating the plants, the seeds, you know, not propagating, but I'm just doing seeds off of it, and if they can buy a plant, and I'm like, I don't have plants, I just have the tree. So I'm going to give it a try. We'll see what happens. Like I said, I didn't do anything special to the seeds. I just let them dry out overnight, and I'm putting them in some soil. We'll see what happens. Alright everyone, I think that's going to be the end of the video. I have not planted the plants yet, but I am kind of done for the day. I did get some soil down, and I got more vines cut, but it's getting late, and Super Bowl's on today, so I'm going to go in and get ready for that and start cooking, and hopefully tomorrow we will get some plants planted, and I'll show you that in next week's video. Alright everybody, don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.